How's it going, guys? Mike here, and I am just another UK gamer, and today I'm doing a video which most of you have asked for and probably most of you are going to want to see, and it's something that I've never actually done in the past, and that is give my opinion on a DLC that's just been released. Now, I've done it before DLC before. I've always said what I've wanted to see, but I never did a follow-up video on that. I never said what I actually liked about the DLC and what they could have improved on it. I just feel like WW2 Zombies isn't getting the love that it should at the moment, and all this controversy over the new way the Easter eggs have been given to us in DLC 3, I thought that this would be a perfect opportunity to start something that I can continue on in the future. So before we do jump into it, if you guys could leave a like, that would mean the world to me. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel. I stream zombies pretty much every single day, so if you're a massive zombies fan, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss out on a future stream. So as you're all aware, there is a new type of mechanic for the Easter eggs in DLC 3, which made us go to 3 iconic locations, or should I just say 3 different locations on the map to complete like a small part of the Easter egg on each one. It wasn't like one Easter egg in one map like we're normally used to on every zombies map. It was split into 3 different maps with 3 different parts, and they actually only gave us 10 rounds to complete this, and on top of that they threw a hell of a lot of zombies onto us. Like, the Wuslings were completely crazy. There was too many of them in my opinion, but obviously they have owned up to that and they said they are going to cool that down. But I'm talking about my first opinions on this. This is what I thought about the map obviously when it first come out. This is what we're going to start the video on. So my first opinions were, I was excited. I was really excited to see what was going to happen, because I honestly just thought, obviously we didn't see anything about the map. So at first my initial thoughts of the Easter egg was that we're going to be, you know, collecting things off one map and taking it into the next. This is what I obviously thought was going to happen from the start. Anyway, so that looked good, should I say, and you know, that's everything that I predicted. But then the round 10 system was introduced to us, and at first I was like, are you kidding me? We get 10 rounds on this map. So I was thinking that then that these Easter eggs can't be that big if we've got 10 rounds to do them. And I mean, now that we know in the future, I was correct. There wasn't that many Easter egg steps in there. But when I first went into the game, I was obviously worried that there wasn't going to be many. And obviously going on to the maps, they weren't the biggest maps in the world. So obviously I was worried, because my type of playstyle for zombies is looking for Easter eggs on like a full map. I'm not used to being on smaller maps trying to survive and obviously trying to do it on low rounds. I'm not used to that. So when I heard about all that, it kind of killed my hype a little bit, but I was optimistic. And then obviously the day came and the map was released, and I was playing it with my friends and stuff, and at first I got a good feeling for it. But then the more that I went on, and I started realizing that after round 5 they're going to throw a butt ton of Wuslings on our asses, that's when I started to hate the map more. There was so much rage from me. If you guys watched my live streams, I'm pretty sure a few of them are still out there. Some of them I had to delete because they were blocked worldwide due to monetization issues. But you saw how angry I got when doing that. It's just because I wasn't having fun. It wasn't my type of style zombies that I like doing. I like being on big open maps. I don't like being forced to train on a tiny map, you know, and collect parts and look in tiny locations for really microscopic letters. I mean, it's just not my kind of thing. I like more unique Easter egg steps, like the flare step that was in the 3rd map. That was unique. That's something that's never been before, and honestly I really enjoyed that step. But also on that map as well, there was a step where you had to look for very, very tiny stones on the wall. Like, they were that small that you had to use a sniper rifle to see them, which then cut off being able to use a pistol as your starting weapon, because you could not see them unless you had a sniper rifle. That is 100% sure. Maybe you could see a few that was close to the ground, but there's some that was really high up in the air and you could not see them unless you had a sniper, and you don't unlock sniper rifles until round, I think 7 is, or I think it's after the level 7 challenge, or level 6 challenge, I'd say. I think that's when you unlock sniper rifles, which is too late into the game to do the Easter egg. So that already just kind of picked our starting weapon for us, which I didn't like. But obviously you could buy a starting weapon back. It wasn't too expensive to buy it back, but it's just a mechanic that really should have been thought out. And in my opinion, I don't like looking for things. Well, that came out wrong. I don't like looking for tiny letters in places, you know, where you've got to look around the entire map, every single wall, just to find a little code or something. I don't like that. I hate that so much. But I mean, it's been in pretty much every single zombies map, so that's never going to change, unfortunately. That's just going to be a thing in zombies, which obviously I learned to get used to. But the stone step was ridiculous. They were ridiculously small, and you couldn't see them unless, obviously, you had a sniper rifle. But anyway, that was just the 3rd map. The 1st and 2nd, they weren't too bad. The 2nd map obviously was the less glitchy out of the lot of them. There was Obviously, the glitch with the zombie dropping the battery on the first one, which I definitely didn't like. And the second DLC, I mean, it was just kind of the easy one, kind of the mid-section that no one ever really talked about because it was a very tiny map, it was very narrow-pathed, had an Easter egg that involved following a fish around, which I don't understand where the hell they got that from, it was fun anyway. And then obviously the ending to the second map was actually quite cool. Now that's the kind of Easter egg steps that I like to see, going from them rocks to each map and then finishing it on that little mini game. I absolutely loved that. I want to see more of that in the future. But obviously, let's just hope that people see this. Let's hope the developers see this, should I say. Let's hope that they add them into the future. But enough on my opinions on the map. You now know, obviously, my opinions before and after. I was really actually going to do them separately. I was going to do my opinions before and my opinions after, but I kind of just did them both in that first section there. So what I want to talk about right now really quickly is, do I hope to see this again? I've got points to say yes and points to say no. Before I do go into that, I want to just say a good thing that I liked about this, this mode, and obviously a bad thing, because everything's got good and everything's got bad. So the best thing about it that I thought was it makes us communicate more as a team. Like, these maps, they're doable solo. They're not fun solo. They're a really pain in the ass solo. So it makes us team up and it makes us communicate with the team, because we only have 10 rounds to do this, and 3 of them rounds are special rounds themselves. So it obviously makes us communicate a lot more, which I love communicating with the team. I love having an Easter egg where it requires a team effort and not something you can just go in on solo and do on your own. I know people, actually I think the majority of people are against solo Easter. I think the majority of people are against, you know, having like 4-player Easter eggs or group Easter eggs, but I am the complete opposite. I think that Easter eggs shouldn't be solo. I think they obviously should require us to communicate as a team, because I find that more fun, and it involves, you know, working simultaneously at the same time to get something done, or it fails. So in my opinion, I like that. You guys may not. And obviously the bad thing I like about it is kind of what I was just talking about then. It does make the Easter eggs a lot harder. Obviously that's not bad for me. I was just kind of thinking of the overall experience. What did I really find the worst about it? And that was trying to do an Easter egg in under 10 rounds. It wasn't fun, because low rounds is not what I practice. And the fact that from wave 5 to wave 10, the amount of wustlings that got thrown into that map was absolutely ridiculous. And it was only today that they actually put on that the 200% damage. You get, like, on your bureau rank, the more that you rank up, the more percentage you can do to the zombies. Like, I had 200% extra damage now. That wasn't implemented into the game on launch, which I don't know why, but obviously today they activated that. I think it might have been yesterday, and it's making these Easter eggs a hell of a lot easier. Just go onto the Tortured Path playlist right now. Go and defeat them bosses and stuff, and you tell me that that Easter egg is not miles easier. But that needs to be implemented into custom games, because we didn't know that we had to use that Tortured Path playlist to get the cutscene. That was definitely a wrong decision on Sledgehammer's, and hopefully they don't pull anything like that in the future, because obviously we all play custom games. We don't choose that, because apparently if you went on the first map and you complete the first and the second, but you went on to the third and you failed the third, you'd have to go back and do the first map all over again, which obviously that instantly put people off that. I know that put me off that. The second I found out that was what happens, is like, well, I'm not doing that. I don't want to have to go back to the first map if I die on the second map, or if I die on the first. That's just stupid. But obviously this was the new mechanics of this that they were doing. So the main question that I asked was, would I see it again? Do I hope to see it again? Do I hope it's going to be in zombies again? And I honestly do. Even though it had its bad points, I think that as a first experience of this, as a first in the zombies world, this is like the first time anyone's ever done this. I think it came out pretty well, and obviously they can learn from the mistakes that they made from this. It may be a little bit too late now, because I'm pretty sure DLC 4 is already completed, as they tweeted out about doing voiceovers about a week or two ago. So I'm pretty sure that DLC 4 is finished. So obviously anything that I say right now won't really help them, won't really be implemented into the game. But for future reference, this was actually a really good idea. They just obviously need to get rid of that round 10 thing, maybe round 15. Them extra 5 rounds make a massive difference. They honestly do. But yeah, round 10 was definitely ridiculous. It did make us think as a team more, so I like that about it. But obviously the overall experience of it wasn't as enjoyable as, say, the Shadow Throne or the Darkest Shore, because they were just getting in a team of 4, hunting and massive Easter egg on one map. And I honestly think that the Shadow Throne still remains the best Easter egg today. If I had to pick out the ones that Sledgehammer have released on World War II, I honestly have to say that the Shadow Throne was definitely the best Easter egg out of all of them. It had 3 different quests, all with unique steps to get powerful weapons that we could use. And then obviously then it had that puzzle down below, and it had a boss fight. Yeah, the boss fight was just a bullet sponge, but it was cool. Shadow Throne was one of the best maps that World War II created so far. So to finish this video off, I just want to say that yeah, I would like to see this again, hopefully in the next Sledgehammer games. It seems like they're trying to close the story off already, which I'm not really a fan of. I honestly wanted to see more work from Sledgehammer games, but it's not getting the attention that obviously Activision would have wanted, so maybe they're not giving the go-ahead for them to do it in the next game, which is kind of unfortunate because I enjoy World War II Zombies. There's a lot of haters, but there's me, and there's a lot of people that really do love World War II Zombies. Like, I've enjoyed this season so much, and I cannot wait to finish the finale on a massive bang. I think I know what's going to be happening in the DLC format, but I'm going to leave that for another video. I'll probably make a DLC 4 prediction video in the near future, but I just wanted to do this. This is the first time I've ever done this, and the fact that they used a new mechanic in Zombies, like for the first time in Zombies history, I thought that this would be a perfect start to try that out. So if you guys did enjoy it, like I said at the start, do leave a like before you leave. I know this has been a bit of a longer video, but I mean, it's unscripted, and I just wanted to get my opinion on this entire new kind of mode that's been introduced to Zombies. So if you did like it, then do leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new around here. If you're a Zombies fan, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button, because we do daily Zombies streams and videos, and if I don't do a daily zombie stream, then I just do 2 streams the next day to make up for the day that I missed. You'll never go without at least 7 zombie streams a week. So if you're a massive Zombies fan, subscribe to the channel, and that'll be it from me, guys. Overall, I enjoyed the mode. I hope to see it again in the future. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.